Hey guys, welcome back again to another video. My name is Mercy and you're welcome to my channel. I make videos about nursing, teaching, and living in the UK in general. So if you find any of my videos helpful, please subscribe down below to my channel for more videos like this. Okay, so last week a friend of mine hit me up and he said that he wanted to consider using the Sife method of registering with NMC UK rather than IELTS or OET. I believe his reason was he had written IELTS so many times but had not passed. Okay. And I was like, what is the Sife method? Because to the best of my knowledge, it's either you use OET or IELTS to join NMC UK. But yes, I do remember somewhere last year, I think early on last year, NMC UK brought on like a few measures to help people who were struggling to pass IELTS and OET to be registered with them. So SIFE is the name, for that method. Okay, it is called supporting information from employers. Okay, or from employer. So I'd like to talk to you more about this SIFE method, so that those of you who are struggling to pass IELTS or OET can consider using this method as well. Okay. So like I said, it stands for supporting information from employer. This is when your employer, after you've been working for them for a minimum of 12 months, can vouch for you and say, oh, this person knows how to speak English, or this person knows how to work and communicate in English, okay? Then they give you a reference. It is not mandatory of them to give it to you. NMC has stated that it is based on the discretion of the employer. So you may feel like you've been speaking good English at work, you've been working all right, but your employer can say, actually, I don't think you speak good enough English to work in a hospital or to be registered with NMC UK. And they may not give you the reference. It's not by force, you understand? So your employer must be willing to give it to you. And also, you can't just use this SIFE document or reference alone on its own to get registered with the NMC UK. It's a supplementary document, which means that you have to have another another certificate or another document to be able to register with the NMC UK. So what documents are those? So first and foremost, you need to have a document, pre-registration document that you studied for in English. Okay, so before you get registered to the NMC UK, you need to be holding a certificate such as a university degree or a diploma that you got from a university that was taught to you in English. So those of you from French-speaking countries or Portuguese-speaking countries, you may not be able to use this part of the requirement. But there's hope, because the second requirement is that you need to have IELTS. Hold on. Yes, I know I said that if you be failing IELTS, this is the method you need to use. Yes. So NMC UK allows you to use your IELTS certificate if you are short, okay, of let's say 0.5 in a particular domain in your IELTS. So let's say for writing, you're meant to have 6.5 or 7, but you ended up being short of 0.5. So instead of 7, you had 6.5. You can add this together with your reference from your employer and use that to get registered with the NMC UK. Okay, so these are the two options: a certificate that was taught to you in English, or an IELTS certificate that you missed the point by 0.5 in any one of the domains. Then you can use that. Apart from that, you need to have been in the UK for a minimum of 12 months. You need to have been working with an employer in the health and care sector. And you need to have had no more than 2 line managers. So in the UK, when they say line manager, it's your immediate boss, okay? Because I think they feel like if you have more than 3, who can tell if, they work closely with you, or they just want to give you a reference, okay? So those are the requirements that you need to have in order to be able to use the Sife method. So if you don't still meet those requirements, then I'll advise you to stay back in your country, learn very hard to pass your OET or your IELTS before you come to the UK, okay? Don't say, oh, maybe because I don't have IELTS or I don't have, OET, I want to come to the UK as a carer, okay? Carers will tell you how difficult it is being in the UK, especially if you don't have certificate of sponsorship, or you don't even know your employer, or you're working under very poor, conditions because you don't have IELTS or because you don't have OET. I feel like people have to open up more about the challenges of being in the UK without getting like a proper or stable job. It's very hard. It's very depressing. So if my advice is, if you're writing IELTS and you're failing so many times, try OET. Yes, I heard that OET is more expensive, but for your peace of mind, I would advise you to write IELTS or OET. No matter how long it takes you, please get your qualifications done and dusted, so that when you land here in the UK, you are free. You have free mind to work, okay, to do whatever job you want to do because you have the qualifications already. And with this Sife method, people that work in, you know, in the hospitals within NHS, there is help for them. Your matron or your line manager can support you to complete your trainings. They will put you forth to go on and train to become registered as a nurse. But for those in care homes, it is normally very difficult for you. Okay. And people who, change their minds, maybe they're writing IELTS, they're not passing, so they change their mind and come as carers. Then the care home makes them sign a contract of 5 years. Okay. And so until after all those 5 years, you can't move on, you can't do anything else. And you want to use Sife method, it's not going to be possible for you, especially if you sign such a contract. It is better for you to rather stay in your country, pass your IELTS before you come. If you come here as a carer, you want to use Sife method, you sign a contract of 5 years and they are not agreeing. Remember, like I said, the employer has to sign or give you the reference based on their own discretion. So who will pay for your flight tickets and your onboarding and everything? And then within a year, you are telling them to give you a reference so that you get registered with NMC UK. They may do it, some may not, because they know that once you get qualified, you are running away from the care home, you're running away, For those of you that have really good care homes, you are lucky, okay? But not everybody can tell that story. So my advice, like I said, and I'll keep saying, stay back, pass your IELTS, make sure that your documents are on point, come the right way for peace of mind, so that you not suffer depression, so that you not suffer in the UK, in this cold. In the beginning, you think that is too much, but once you pass it and you come to the UK, you even forget that you were crying a few days back about not passing IELTS. If you have to do extra classes, please do extra classes, okay? If no matter what you need to do to pass that IELTS, please do it and pass it and come the right way. So would you still want to use the SIFE method, or would you stay back and write your IELTS or OET and pass before coming? Let me know in the comment section, okay? And I'm available to answer all your questions. Please check out my Telegram pages. I have one for nurses and one for teachers. Ask your questions on there. We are very helpful to each other on our pages. And see you in my next video. Yeah.